Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Delco Show. I'm Tori Fiore, Executive Director of Delaware County's Brandywine Conference and Visitors Bureau, and you are listening to the Delco Show, brought to you by the Delaware County Chamber of Commerce, right here on iRadio Philly. Before we get on talking to our two lovely guests here, I'd like to thank once again Primo Hoagies for the delightful hoagies that they brought to us today as a sponsor for lunch for the Delco Show. As usual, it was always a surprise, but we kind of peaked. So we know, do we not, Stephen E. Kessler II, that we've got tuna, beef, and cheese hoagies. And the beef is a beef Diablo. Okay, so we're looking forward to that. Now, we have a fight every week, so we've worked out a wonderful deal. Every other week, one of us takes two, the other one takes one. This way, the one guy doesn't have to cook dinner that night, because neither one of our wives can cook. I've never met your wife. I'm sure she's a wonderful cook, but I just saying, that's all. Okay. She's very busy all day, and then the kid and everything, and then she's got to feed the alpacas. So, you don't want to, I get it, okay? So he gets dinner done tonight. He doesn't have to worry about that. But look at him. He's probably going to eat both sandwiches before dinner time, okay? Just look at him. Anyway, so Primo Hoagies, Baltimore Pike, right in Media, kind of close to the United States Post Office there and the Wawa there. So check them out. And we are doing this program from our new location. Pretty soon it's going to get tiring saying new because we'll be here a while, so it'll be just our location. Headroom on State Street in Veterans Square in beautiful downtown Media, which is a wonderful facility for rental space for one-on-one meetings, interviews, small conferences. Just if you're a sole proprietorship and you work out of your house just to get away from wife, husband, or dog during the day and come here for a little peace and quiet and solace. It's a beautiful, well-appointed facility with everything that you need. So, you want to come and check it out. Check out Headroom. Check them on Google, but I think it's headroom.net if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, I made a good guess on that. So check them out because John and Dave are just two wonderful guys. And the receptionist, the delightful Katie, who was a former weather lady from the, I believe down south somewhere, I believe North Carolina, who's the receptionist, and she's just a pleasure to be with. Nevertheless, here we go. We have the pleasure of speaking with two young ladies today, Anna Donahoe, who is the Family Services Coordinator, and Jill Laufenberg, who's the Development Director for City Team and City Team International, located at 634 Sproul Street or Sproul Street, depending on where you grew up, in Chester, Pennsylvania. Anna, Jill, welcome to the Delco Show.
Thanks for having us.
No, it's our pleasure. It's going to be a very interesting conversation because I've heard over the many years about City Team and the wonderful things that it does. So I want to ask, I guess, the easy question first for those that don't know about City Team, and then we'll get into the other ones. What is City Teams and what do they do? Don't look at each other. Just one of you talk, okay?
She does a good spiel, so I think she should
go ahead. Jill, the spiel. Go ahead.
And honestly, depending on where people participate in City Team, they might not even realize the scope of everything we actually do down there. And it's amazing how much they can squeeze in this building on the corner of Sproul Street, which is how I pronounce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're a Chester County girl. Okay. Delco guys go Sproul. Okay.
So it's a 3-story brick building, and it's incredible everything that goes on in there. So we have for our food services program, we serve 3 hot meals a day. We never have off. So no matter what's happening with the weather, we are always serving food.
Well, sometimes when the weather's bad, it's worse, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe last year we served over 87,000 hot meals in our food program.
And these are to kids?
No, this is to anyone coming in off the street in the evenings, and during the day we're actually feeding residents that live there. So
wow.
Yep. We have a food pantry program where we get food donated from Wegmans, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods, and we provide fresh produce and perishables, bread, So we have
You learn
about
something new every day.
21,000 people in foot traffic a year coming in for the fresh produce and
Okay.
pastries and bread for that. And over, I think it's 1,200 families at this point, unduplicated families for the food pantry. So there's a lot happening there with food alone.
Yeah.
Then we have a long-term recovery program for men. And you're going to learn that's actually how Anna got connected with City Team. So long-term recovery, a year and a half, the men are there in our program, and they're rehabilitating their minds, their bodies, their relationships, and getting clean. So those men actually help run some of our programs. They volunteer there. They help cook. They serve the people coming in off the streets.
Is that part of the program?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They give back.
Okay.
Part of that is serving and giving back.
Mm-hmm.
And then in addition to that, we have our family services, which is just wonderful. Anna can share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I know we got a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to that.
Yeah. I mean, she's the person to share about that.
And things like that.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
So that was that's the Reader's Digest version. I was going. So the next thing, what don't you do? Is really because
And we have Widener Nursing Clinic. We provide medical care for people off the street.
You got all sorts of stuff there.
We provide
going
adult
on.
clothing for people coming off the street. So there's a lot of things happening there. I just gave you a few.
brief overview.
Yeah.
There's also a homeless shelter separate from the long-term drug and alcohol recovery program that is going on in the building. So how many men can we house up to each night between the two programs?
36 in the shelter and 41 in the recovery program.
Now, I mean, you're talking about 77 men in any given night.
Right.
That's not in that 3-story building, is it?
No.
Really?
On one floor of that 3-story building.
You
Really?
you do cram a lot in there, don't
Yeah,
you?
we really do.
Wow. How long have you, Jill? I'll ask you first. How long have you been? With
I've only
City
been
Teams?
there for 2.5 years. I've been volunteering down there for about 8.
Okay, so you're kind of like a rookie.
I am.
Okay. Anna, how about you?
I've been on staff for 4 years. 4 years right this month, and then I was volunteering before that. I guess about 11 years ago, I started volunteering.
So let me get a little bit of background here, okay? Because I that's what I'd like to find out, how you got to where you are. You know, you handling family services, you in development. You're from Chester County. Anna Delco,
Yep.
Aston.
Aston, grew up in Aston.
Grew up in Aston, went to Sun Valley.
Right.
Good for you. When I was going to school at the old Sharon Hill High School, many moons ago, which is now Academy Park down there, our cheerleaders used to have a cheer for Sun Valley because it was just coming into existence.
Okay.
And we thought it was in the farm country.
Oh, Aston, that's funny.
Okay.
Right.
We were from Sharon Hill. We were in the big city, you know. And it was something like this: husk that corn, bale that hay. We're going to beat you anyway.
Oh boy!
So and again, that's the way back then. That was the limited. You know, that's what we knew. You know, you were farm people as far as we were concerned.
Incredible.
You know, incredible, but true. You know, when you think about it. So anyway, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that. And trust me, it's not the first time I've told that story. Okay. So let me start with you, Anna. You were volunteering for a number of years,
Right.
and then you got involved, you know, on a full-time basis as an employee of City Teams. The background, I mean, college.
So I went to Goldie Beacom College, which is in Wilmington, in the Pike Creek area.
Yeah.
And so when I left there, I started working as like an admin. You know, so I did that for a number of years, and then I have 3 kids, and I decided I wanted to stay home with my kids for a little while, and I did that for 8 years, and that was the time that I volunteered at City Team. But what brought me to City Team 11 years ago was my brother. He had just come out of jail. He's a recovering drug addict, and he was living with me. Both our parents had already passed away at that point, and he was only 24 years old.
Wow.
So I said to him, you know, I love you too much to watch you kill yourself. You can't come here anymore. You can't live with me anymore. And so we brought him down to City Team and sat and waited for hours, really, for him to get accepted into the program. And then I just started volunteering. I had a little girl. She was about a year old. She would come with me. We'd go to the mother-baby program. We'd sort clothes, pack diapers. She would have a ball. And, I was just really grateful that they gave me back my relationship with my brother.
Wow.
So,
how about that?
And then years later, they came to me, and I was looking for a job for about a year with all these specific things that I didn't want to do, that I wanted to be with my kids. They came to me and said, would you ever consider working for us? And of course I said yes, and here I am 4 years later. So.
Wow. Now, were you always in the family services and family service coordinator?
Yes, I have been since I joined the staff at City Team. Mm-hmm. So my responsibilities fall under the family services. The mother baby program is on our part of City Team, and then the adult clothing and donations coordinator, she's under us in family services also. And then we also do our special events. We have Christmas, where we distributed over 3,000. No, I'm lying. Over 12,000 toys. Wow. It went on to almost 3,000 children. Yeah, 12,000 toys. So, we do that. We just finished wrapping that up. We're working on a fundraiser for our mother and baby program right now. That's a big event coming up, and we do Easter baskets for children, and we also do back to school for kids.
Okay, and we'll get into that because that's part of the backpack program.
Yes,
is it?
That's our backpack program.
Jill, how about you? What's the background with you? Where'd you go to school? In Chester County?
No, I went to school. I went to Philadelphia Biblical University, which was Philadelphia College of Bible when I went there. Right. So I was a minister for 17 years. I came down to Chester in 2004. To start a youth program down there. So that's how I got connected with Chester. I got connected with City Team. At that time, I would bring teenagers over there to volunteer and even lead chapel on some days. Really? So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was a minister at a partner church, a large church on the main line, so Paoli Presbyterian Church.
That answers that, because I was going to say non-denominational, but you answered that question for me. Okay.
Yeah, well, I've worked in United Methodist, Congregational, different churches.
So, okay.
And decided to have relationships with the people that are giving back and help nurture that and show them how they're transforming lives. So I went into development at City Team.
Now, do you still get involved with your ministry at all?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get invited to preach at churches and teach Bible studies on Sunday mornings.
Wow. So two very diverse ways to end up at the same place, and both for damn good reasons. Oh, sorry, Reverend.
Well, you certainly haven't spent enough time with me to realize that's not offensive.
Okay, Reverend, I'm starting to like you. Stephen, you knew I was going to do that, right? That's all very interesting, and it's a wonderful organization. It does a lot, as you both said. What's the one thing, I guess? We got about a little over a minute and a half left. What's the one thing that both of you get out of this? I mean, what do you get out of it in a Reader's Digest version?
Well, I always, think I get out of it so much more than I ever give. And I feel like at times we give an awful lot. Mm-hmm. But we always get more from it. I mean, to see women, that will come to you, to be able to develop a relationship, it's amazing. And it's I feel really fortunate to be able to be there and to be able to support the women.
Yeah. Jill?
Mm-hmm. Actually, my response is a little selfish. I think people will say to me, "Isn't it depressing going down to Chester every day?" And actually, I find a lot of joy getting to know these people and hearing their stories and seeing that the lot that they've been handed in their lives and how giving they are in return. So some of these men that even live there in our Second Chance program, in our recovery program, getting to know them and hearing their stories and seeing how their life is being transformed is, to me, it keeps me going. It reminds me how fortunate I am.
Yeah.
And, I find a lot of joy out of that.
Jill, that's not selfish. That's ecumenical. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking with Anna Donahoe and Jill Laufenberg from City Team in Chester, Pennsylvania. You can check them out on their website, cityteam.org, or give them a call at the main number, 610-291-2268. You are listening to The Delco Show on iRadio Philly, and we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the Delco Show. I'm Tori Fiore. You're listening to the Delco Show right here on iRadio Philly, and the Delco Show is brought to you by the Delaware County Chamber of Commerce. And folks, we are broadcasting from the Headroom right on State Street at the intersection of State and Veterans Square. Beautiful place to come check out if you need some office space for a short period of time. Very reasonable prices. And again, Prima Hoagies, thank you very much for your sponsorship. For lunch as usual. And moving right ahead here. Anna, the things we talked about with family services and everything, one of the big things is the back to school program and the backpack program. Right. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? And then when we get to that point, Jill, we can talk about how to get involved in that program, okay? Anna, go ahead.
So right now we're coming up on our 22nd year of providing backpacks for kids in the community. Last year provided a little bit over 2,200 backpacks for all the kids, and they are packed according to the grade level that the children are in. And we had actually went to the schools and asked them, what would you like to see in the backpack? What's the minimum that these kids need to start their year off? And so that's how we pack them for the kids. Okay. Well, and I saw, see, it's interesting. I saw, and I guess it's a certain level of kid, I saw a quick note here because I kind of peek at things now and then, that you pack crayons. We do. We do pack crayons. Yeah, and I'm still, Crayola, I'm not happy with those people, okay? Well, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, they took my favorite color out of the crayon box. What color was that? Burnt sienna.
No, I was going to guess periwinkle. All right.
What did I ever do to you, Reverend? What did I say? Was it something I said? Do I have to do a Catholic mea culpa? No, burnt sienna. I love burnt sienna. Although I can't wear it because I'm a winter. My skin color.
See, periwinkle. I was right. Right? Yeah. See?
I don't like her, Anna. Don't let her know that, though, okay? I don't even know what periwinkle is, Jill. That was a professor I had in college, Dr. Periwinkle. No, burnt sienna, but I forgive them. Anyway, so it's all based on age level. It is. And you'll go from kindergarten up to 12th grade. Wow, you'll do all. How many backpacks do you normally do? We're preparing for about 2,300 this year. Jeez. Yeah. Wow, and what else do you fill it up with and everything? Well, we put books rollers, and pens and pencils, rollers, binders, filler paper. You'd be amazed. We can tell you anywhere erasers. And, we have a certain budget for all these things. So everything, 10 cents an eraser isn't easy to find. Yeah. Just for the heck of it, here's what I want you. Are you familiar right here on State Street in Media, a place called Deals? Yes. Oh, do you go into Deals at all? I don't know. Do yourself a favor. Trust me on this. This place has everything. Do you think they have 2,300 of them? This guy gets. That's why it's called Deals. He gets deals. Maybe I should stop in with him. He gets deals. Yeah. Introduce yourself to him. I will. That's good advice. Give him your card because he's got this stuff and he knows how to get it. Right. That's a good idea. I never thought of that. I go in there off and on for just weird stuff that I need. Right. Not only do they have it, but it's inexpensive. To the point where it's cheap. Good. That's what we need. Yeah. And the guy's a great guy. And I wish I could remember his name. I've met him a dozen times. It's all, but hey, how you doing? And you move right along and everything. But it's got everything in there. Okay. Just check them out. Maybe, I don't know if they have a website or not. All I know is I go in there because it's just a nifty place and I can find stuff that I'm saying, I have no clue where I'm going to find that. Let me go to Deals and I go, holy geez, look at that. It's right here. Okay? Deals. All right? Because he at least can put you in contact, worst case, with somebody where you can get the volume discount and stuff like that. Right. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. I've done my good thing for the day. Now, back to you, Jill. So, the back-to-school program, the backpack program, how do you get involved?
Well, there's several ways that people can get involved. And I need to mention, first of all, that we can't do any of this without volunteers. Yeah. It's so critical to everything that we do in making this a success. Yeah. So first, businesses and corporations can get involved through monetary donations, monetary support. And I really can't think of a better return on investment than $35. $35 is the cost for one backpack filled with supplies. And if you shop for kids, it's hard to even find a backpack for $35. And so for someone who's a partner and donated to City Team before I came on staff, I can say that everything they do to those that are in need, they do it with such care and respect that it gives a sense of dignity to all those people that they serve.
There's 20.
That's great. You're giving.
There's 30.
Wonderful.
There's 5.
There we go. One kid.
So you just equipped a child to learn for the school year.
Thank you.
You got me.
Isn't that a great return on your investment?
It is. Best $35 I spent.
And to see the excitement that they have the day that they get their backpacks.
I can't go
incredible.
to the bar tonight. But no, it's worth every penny of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? Now, who can I trust? Both of you or one of you? I mean, who takes the money?
You're
the reverend. You're the reverend. I'm going with you. Okay? And you're not from Delco.
Oh, these Delco people.
Well, you have to be from Delco to get that, okay? I kid you, Anna. I don't kid her, I kid you. No.
So thank you for giving that.
No,
and honestly,
thank you for saying that.
Yeah, well, and honestly, we're going to start really talking about this in May, which seems too early to be talking about the next school year before the current school year ends. But that's really, businesses know that to get the resources you need time, and you need to start early. So in order to get the money that we need to get the supplies we need, we have to have really everything in place we'd like to have it in place by July, really.
Yeah.
So that's why we start talking about it in May.
And again, these kids wouldn't have this, would they?
No, they wouldn't. No, they really wouldn't. I mean, and you think about the parents, there's just, there's no way that they could go out and purchase supplies for their kids. It's really, a lot of the times, it's a decision between, paying for food or getting the supplies. So they have to make the choice that they have to make. So we're just, grateful that we can be here with our donors and our volunteers to be able to supply that for them.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want to change the phone number. I made a little misnomer that I was castigated for. We're speaking with Jill Laufenberg and Anna Donahoe from City Teams, located in Chester, Pennsylvania. Check out their website if you want more information, how to get involved, backpack program, and a variety of other things. And we're going to get to the mother-baby program, okay, in a second. We're keeping an eye on that. I'm giving you now the real number because I thought M meant for Maine, but of course, being an old fuddy-duddy like I am, it means Mobile or Mobile. So, so that's right, Mobile's in Alabama. So anyway, the actual phone number, the main number is, if I get this wrong, I'm not using it again, 610-872-6865. Give them a call. Speak with Anna Donahoe or Jill Laufenberg, or check out cityteam.org for more information on this wonderful organization and the wonderful programs that they run. And again, the backpack program. You have the adult men's program, the drug program or rehab program, if you will. You got all these different programs going on. Then you got the mother-baby program. Either one, pick your poison, whichever one of you two want to,
Well, that's the way that we can reach the women in the community. We don't house women, but we can help them with the needs for their children and their babies. So we see about 800 families a year, unduplicated, that walk through the doors to use the mother and baby program. And you think about that, those numbers are huge. It's a vital resource for the community. We supply diapers, formula, gently used clothes, toddler beds, cribs, all kinds of different things that the families will need. So that's another way for people to get involved,
By donating product that's needed to,
right.
And forget about the food program a second. Other product besides perishables that are needed.
Right, yes. I mean, absolutely. You think about formula for the babies and how expensive that is, and they need that. That's vital to them. Yeah. And they need a good start, and we're there to help them with that.
And clothing. I
mean, people going through their closets, donate their gently used kids' clothes. That they never wear them out before they outgrow them, especially when they're little. So we'd love to receive things like that.
Yeah. Now, why would you want to partner with City Team? And then when we get into the partnering, a part of it, we're going to be ended up talking about, the fundraising aspect of it. But one way to partner is by donating items to an organization such as City Team. But why partner? And how do you partner then? If why partner? Look, $35. I know why I just partnered.
Right.
Okay, I helped a kid.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, why partner?
Honestly, for me, in partnership with City Team, it was the quality of service that they're providing. These people that are coming in, that are broken, that already feel a sense of loss of dignity by just walking through those doors and asking for help. Yeah. And so, there are people there that make them feel valued, that make them feel appreciated, and give them that sense of dignity back. And so everything and how it's set up and how they serve and the people that work there are all about making them feel appreciated and welcome and valued as individuals.
Yeah. So now let's talk about on the fundraising end. Do you get any local funding, state funding,
government funding?
Federal funding?
No state or government. It's all from individual donors, partners, businesses, corporations.
Grants? Any kind of grants?
Less than 4% are foundations.
Wow. So from individuals, and they can just check out the website and look how to donate?
They can donate online. We love to have people come down and actually get a tour of the facility because you really don't have an idea of everything that we do unless you get down there and see it yourself firsthand and then know what you're donating to.
Yeah. How's the involvement of corporations and businesses?
It's incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. We have lots of big businesses that will come through. They have days of service where their whole team will come through. We're preparing for one of those coming up soon. So it's amazing. And then there's relationships that, spin off from there with individual employees also. So it's a great way to get involved.
Yeah. So, I mean, is there anything that in this conversation, because I can go on for this for an hour, but we have a couple of minutes left, anything you guys want to add, anything I may have missed or, anything of that nature? And that's okay. A little bit, there's every once in a while on this show, a little bit of silence doesn't hurt. Okay,
Well, I was mentioning in how to get involved as businesses, and I mentioned monetary support, but really we also, with the back to school program, they can, as a business, collect donations. And they can do that small scale where people bring in notebooks or pencils. They can do that where they actually collect backpacks that are already filled. And we can come and pick them up from those businesses, or they can bring it down to us. Okay. And then also they can sign up for an assembly day. They can come down, and we have an assembly line set up, and their workers can put together backpacks.
Well, when we get off the air, remind me. I want you to contact, besides deals, okay? We're in media. I can give them a plug. I can give them a plug, okay? But I want to give you some information about a very large company that does, you called it a service day?
Yes.
Okay, that does a service day once a year that I think is a perfect fit for you guys.
Great.
So I think I can put you in contact with the person, to set something up and see how that's going to fit. Okay. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, there's so many different questions you have to ask, but I really want to thank, Jill Laufenberg and Anna Donahoe for joining us today. Anna is the Family Services Coordinator for City Team, and Jill is the Development Director for City Team. City Team is located on Sproul Street in Chester, Pennsylvania. Their main phone number is 610-872-6865. Ladies, or check out their website, cityteam.org. It's easy to donate $35. Take the cash out of your pocket or write a check. Send the check to 634 Sproul Street, Chester, PA 19013, or donate online, cityteam.org. Thank you, ladies, for being with us on the Delco Show today.
Thank you.
This is Tori Fiore. You've been listening to the Delco Show on iRadio Philly. Join us next week. See ya.